Oh man, it's huge. I'm proud for him. I was happy to see him when he went to the Ravens. I knew, that, he would be outstanding there just because of his style of running, and he's a big back. And at the same time, you got Lamar Jackson, you got a lot of weapons around there, Zay Flowers. They gotta respect, Lamar as well. So honestly, it's like, hey, it's just really get them down, and how do you use them, and how do you keep them all on the field at the same time. I think that's where the 0-2 start came from. Yeah, it looked a little slow starting out early, but now it seems like they're clicking, and I don't even think that they're to full throttle yet. They still got a long ways to go. I think they can be. It's going to be an exciting season for them, and a memorable one too. And I think he does have a chance to reach it. It's just it takes some things to happen, during the game, but at the same time, it's probable.
Yeah, Jamal, talk about that because, like I said, there are only 8 men who have ever done this, and you're one of them. Um, it's not like it's one big game. I mean, there's a lot of factors I would imagine that go into having a year like that. You've got to stay healthy. You've got to have a lot of good games, right? You can afford to have bad games. What are some of the keys to putting up an all time season like he is trying to do here?
Commitment to the run. Commitment to the run, first of all, which I think that's going to be hard to do. And also, I think just the nature of feeding him, you know what I'm saying, and
Yeah.
getting him the ball. But with that offense, you got a lot of weapons. As far as the shotgun to under the center and things of that nature, a big back like him, he's not going to be good running out of the shotgun. You got to put him, in the eye, or you got to put him behind, you got to put Lamar under the center, so that's going to take some tweaking because you're going to have to adjust your offense in order to do this, and, is that important, or is it important for them to just be a dynamic offense and be 50-50? If you're going to be 50-50, it's not going to happen. You have to be heavy in the run in order for it to happen, and you have to get some big runs early in the games. When you committed to the run, you're focusing on it. The line is all focusing on it. They know that they're going to run the ball. You're going to see 8-man boxes. Same time, you got to block it up. Derrick, he's going to have his guy that he got to account for in that box too, as well as a runner. And it's just really getting that home run. You can get one big run a game, you can do it. Because at the end of the day, if he can get, which I don't see it happening, but if he can get 25, 30 carries a game in the league today, um, he can do that. But now today, the reason why it doesn't happen is think because you're not seeing backs getting 25 to
Right.
30 carries a game. And you have to get that. And in order to get that, you got to get a big run, and then you grind it out for your fives and your sixes and your fives and your sixes or whatever. But if you can get some 70-yard, 60,
Right.
70-yard run then now, those numbers build up and you can hit that 150, 130 a game.
Jamal, as you were talking, I was just thinking about this, and you were, so much of the Ravens' offense during that time. Is he is he in ways helped? Those Derrick in ways helped because defense can't stack the box and just commit. Hey, we know they're running and we're going to stop it. I mean, they've got to worry about Lamar. They've got to worry about Zay, like you said. I mean, there are a ton of other weapons on this team, so they can't put all their focus on the running game and stopping Derrick.
Right. And you got to pick your poison. You got to pick your poison. I think that's why this thing works. That's why I think, the Ravens went out and got him. But, you know, you're either going to do one or two things. You're either going to say, hey, look, we're not going to let Derrick Henry pound us out, and we're going to let Lamar throw it to beat us. And some defenses are going to try that. And Lamar's going to torch him. And then you're going to, the next defense is going to say, okay, we're not going to do that. And then now Derrick Henry is going to be in there. It's going to be 6 or 7 men in the box. And you're going to see a 70-yard run,
Right.
and that's just how it goes. He's a straight line runner. Got to keep his shoulders square to the line of scrimmage. He's not effective going sideline to sideline. So that's why the whole offset shotgun stuff that don't work if you're going to go and really commit to running the football. Got to go under the center. You have a Ricard who's a 300-pound fullback. You have some good tight ends in there too that can block. So hey, look, just grind it out. Do what others
Yeah.
aren't doing. Run the football.
Now, some people are going to say, Jamal, that if he does set the record, this doesn't count because he needed an extra game to do it. This has been an issue. I mean, OJ Simpson, he went 2,000 plus in less games, so we know the season has been elongated at times. What do you say as one of the guys who is part of this exclusive club? Asterisk if he sets this thing or no?
Hey, look, he'll be the first running back to go for over 2,017 games. So it doesn't matter. 2,000 yards as a running back, that is a major feat. And I think it'll never be done again. But at the same time, like I said, you got to be committed to it, and they can do it. But at the same time, it might be an asterisk, of course, but who cares?
Right.
He'll still be known as a two-time 2,000-yard rusher, and he'll be the head of our class of eight. So it'll be great. It's all good.
Hey, that's cool. And what an exclusive group. I mean, when you look at, you just look at yourself and Barry Sanders, OJ Simpson, and Chris Johnson. Just a remarkable group of running backs. Talk to me, and I know you touched on this at the beginning a little bit, Jamal. Now that the team's rolling, obviously we know the Chiefs are rolling, per usual. It feels like to me this probably could end here in an AFC Championship game again. How do you like the Ravens' prospects of finally getting past the Chiefs here?
I like it. I like it. I like it. The Chiefs has their struggles going on or whatever, but we just had to go in and play our game and do what we do, right? I think the couple times we played them where we fell short, it's just been, we just been doing too much or just not doing enough, like and not playing our game. I think the last game we played them, we should have won at the beginning of the year, but we didn't have an identity yet as far as who we were and how we was going to be effective with the personnel that we had. But I think, by that time, when we get there, I think we'll be clicking on all cylinders. And I can't see, unless something crazy happens, I can't see a team beating the Ravens, and they should go all the way.
Well,
They
do you think
should.
they're the best team in the league as we sit here
I
right
think
now?
all around, yes, all around.
Yeah.
There's some things that we got to do, but at the same time, you know, the best team in the league, I wouldn't base that off of. Sorry, I base that off of the potential and where they really could be, and they're not peaking yet, right?
Yeah.
They're playing great, and teams don't want to see them, and they're not even clicking on all cylinders. So once that happens, I can't see. I just can't see them not taking it all the way unless they beat themselves.
Does Derrick get to 2,000? Forget the record, Jamal. Does Derrick get to 2,000? What's your gut say?
I think he can get 2,000 at the pace he's going. Yeah, he can get it. He can really get it. But it's like you said, there's a lot of factors there, but he can get it if they continue to run the ball and using the way he gets. Listen, the linebackers out there these days are small. They're built to cover during
Yeah.
corner. I mean, a slot receiver. So therefore, the advantage is in his court, and the coaches just gotta run it. Because if I got a running back his size, he's going to get 25 carries a game. He's going to get that because I know for a fact he's going to beat that defense to death, and we're going to be able to do whatever we want to do. So you just got to use them, And I think that Harbaugh and those guys, they're very unconventional. They're not doing the same things that everybody else is doing, and they showed it with changing up for Lamar, making it his offense, and basically buying into what he's doing. So, I think with this, you got to just go with it. Let the big man go run and take it down. Because when you got a guy like that that's rolling like that, hey, look, he can't be stopped because his offensive line is clicking. He knows where his personnel is on the offensive line, where his strengths and weaknesses are. And your defenses, you don't have you don't have those type of linebackers and at that second level, you don't have those guys over there. And he got the speed to go and close it off. You know what I mean? He can close it down. So he can do it. I hope he does it.
It's
In a
going to be
Ravens jersey. In a Ravens jersey, that would be awesome. Two Ravens 2,000-yard rushes. You know, I love that.